What's good, YouTube? It's of course Leviathan Prophecy, and just a quick video. I'm not really too big on the NFL draft. I just think that it's stupid and pathetic. You know, like you're basically banking on a bunch of 21-year-olds to change your franchise, unless you're a quarterback. Outside of a quarterback, then okay, I got you there. You know, like this year's quarterback class is pretty heavy. You got probably six or five quarterbacks going in the first round. We haven't had that since '04. With Philip Rivers and Eli and Big Ben, and then obviously around I think it was 2013 with just two. I believe Andrew Luck and RG3. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Luck going to the Colts, RG3 going to the Redskins at the time. Um, but I just think that if that player is not a quarterback, they're not going to change your team. They're not. Those days are over. You know, those days are long gone. Like look, prime example: Odell Beckham Jr. and Saquon Barkley both have very good rookie years. Did they change the New York Giants? No, they just made themselves look better. And obviously the New York Giants look crappier. But I'm not really pinning that on them because obviously it's a team sport. I understand that. You know? Did Randy Moss have the best season, the best rookie year? Yes, he did. But did he catapult his team to the playoffs? No. So I just think that this notion that the quarterbacks and because obviously the NFL is always going to revolve itself around the quarterbacks. I think the NBA separated itself from the point guards because back then it used to be, well, if you don't have a point guard, you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like the point guard of the NBA. The point guard of the NBA is still intact. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have it to where almost you can have a dominant center. You can have a dominant power forward, dominant shooting guard, dominant small forward. You don't necessarily need a point guard, you know? Like when the Knicks had Raymond Felton wasn't this point guard that fell to us, by the grace of God. He was pretty good, but he wasn't like Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook type of point guard. Tony Douglas, his rookie year, he didn't even play that much. So I just think that this whole notion about, the draft being this and that, to me is just stupid. Like I never understood, like back in the day, yes, you sit behind a quarterback for 4 years, you learn from them, and then you take whatever they given you and you apply it to your own game. Just like how Aaron Rodgers had to sit behind who? Brett Favre, right? Now they may not admit it, but I mean, obviously, they had no choice. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think they was gonna start Aaron Rodgers over the great, Brett Favre. Even though Brett Favre sucked in the playoff games, that wasn't the case for Aaron Rodgers. Both of them won one championship, which is weird because I believe Aaron Rodgers is probably gonna retire. You know, with one. So. Um, but it is what it is. I just don't think that a quarterback. I don't. I just think. I just don't think that a NFL player, regardless of position, is going to help you change your franchise. And there's been some quarterbacks that have been selected and didn't do diddly squat. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, those days are over. Those days are over, and quarterbacks. I mean, the players that's coming out these years, this draft or in draft periods, they're different. You know, they're doing 2 years. Some are doing 3 years. Some are doing 4 years. Some are doing three. Because obviously you can't really, like that's like you playing your freshman year in the NFL. That's crazy, because your body's not fully developed yet. So that's why they ask you to do the full 4 years or 3 years. You're eligible for your third year, or if you want to do your full 4 years, you can. You know, but you always want to get out while you're young. Like around 20, 21. You know what I'm saying? That's usually their range, their age range. These kids coming out of high school. I mean, these kids coming out of college are. The NBA is obviously different. 18, 19. You know what I'm saying? So but obviously the NBA is way drastically different from the NFL. Like imagine if the NFL had the NBA draft concept where you're eligible for the NFL your freshman year. Like imagine if Ben Roethlisberger was in his freshman year in the NFL. His body would get destroyed because his body is not fully developed yet. So, or they want to get the full, education. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, just let me know what you think about the NFL draft. Like I said, I don't. I only watched two NFL drafts to be honest with you. The one with 2014 and 2004. That's the only draft class. That's the only draft I actually watched. I've never watched. Besides those two, I've never watched any drafts. To be honest with you, 'cause I just think that it's just a waste of time. And obviously that's where the talent comes from. So I mean, the NFL don't produce college football. College football produced the NFL. So it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.